Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll get a look at Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they match up with the second-year man Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one taken from the 7. And he's got some space here. So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, a run with Breida. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And this one's incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. Now the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Ravens. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A check on the numbers from Goodwin last week. 5 catches, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Ravens now under 12th-year coach John Harbaugh. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And that's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But it's going to be 2nd down. And here now the Baltimore offense.
And the Baltimore Ravens pride themselves on being physical on offense. One reason why? Perennial Pro Bowl guard Marshall Yanda, who played his first 16-game season since 2015 and 2018. And when he's right, the Baltimore offense rolls.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Let's meet the starting 11 on defense for San Francisco. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for Mark Andrews.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Matt Breida in the offense heading back out. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They run with Breida, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's the former Raven fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start the drive with Dixon. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still 2nd down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
They'll try the counter with Dixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Check. Block 54.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jackson. Roberts has it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Dixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Jackson now. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
First down, San Francisco.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Now it's Breida. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kendrick Bourne. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now Gold for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Dixon. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
Right there. 54 Mike.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Ravens, nothing.
That boy's got 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Matt Judon in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. This is Breida. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Garoppolo now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
I'm on. Check.
Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards, first down Niners. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Garoppolo now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Garoppolo. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Gold to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Niners 21.
So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 21-yard line. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. Snead's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Breida. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Dixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Here comes Pettis on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now Jackson on 1st down. His throw incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. He's at the 30, the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 77 yards, and the Ravens get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield.
Holding.
Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13. So let's get an update.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Lamar Jackson heading back out as we check out our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out. pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 2nd down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Hard throw, incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will get the lead up to 14. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence. that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now it's a former Raven. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Dixon. Fred Warner coming off a strong rookie year in on the stop for the Niners.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but now it'll be 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And an alley to run. He may try and run for this. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They run the counter. Dixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Throwing is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing, and keep in mind 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Dixon. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Ronald Blair on the stop.
Flag 56,
It's a pickup
flag
of
56.
3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Right back to Dixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Niners 24. Ravens
Back now
10.
in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Tucker's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Garoppolo now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. Now a give to Breida. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The Niners on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Garoppolo looks to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo, and he slings one that's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Makes the score Niners.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Kenneth Dixon.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And a 49er first down.
7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Pernell McPhee able to record his 5th sack of the season. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now Brown. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
He'll run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt like he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Dixon, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner, and he was able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They go counter with Breida. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Breida. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Hey, here we go. Black 80. Come on, D. Double tight. No. 3 down.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Here we go. 180.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the 49ers, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.